Today we're going to talk about transferring your design onto your linoleum. So you're going to get a piece of linoleum, and this has been hand cut. So if you look at the front, you can see how this edge here is very clean and crisp. This is where it was cut with an X-Acto knife. On the back, you can see how it's very rough. So we score it and then we bend it and tear it. So we want to make sure that we are using the front side, the clean edge for the linoleum. You will also notice that it's a lot smoother. On the back there's a bit of a texture, almost like sand, and that makes it a little bit more difficult for the ink to be applied. So you're going to take a pair of scissors and you're going to cut out your design. This square coincides with the size of the linoleum. Once you have this cut out, you do not need to keep the rest of the paper. You can just recycle it. If you have a design on there that you're very happy with and you want to save it, by all means, feel free. So now that my paper is the same size as the linoleum, I'm going to transfer. If you look at this carefully, you can tell that I went over my lines with pencil. I pressed rather hard on the paper to make a nice dark line. It is the lead that transfers your design. So you want to make sure you have nice dark lines. So then I'm going to flip this paper over. I'm going to line it up, and then I'm going to hold it down. I am going to have one hand that is my helper hand. I am left-handed, so my right hand is my helper hand, and then my left hand is my working hand. I'm just going to take the flat part of my nail here and I'm going to rub. And I'm putting a good amount of effort onto it, but if you look, you can see how those lines are transferring onto the linoleum very easily. And I'm just going to keep on rubbing and checking to make sure that I can see all of my lines before I peel this off completely. So I'm going to check the top. It's a little bit faded over here, so I can go back and rub in that area again. Another tool you could use is you could use the handle of your scissors. If you're going to use the handle, you want to make sure that you are starting in the center and working off the page. If you rub back and forth and you're pressing really hard, you could actually wrinkle the paper. Okay, so I feel pretty confident with the top of my design that I can see all the lines that I need. Then I'm going to flip this over. I like to turn it around. So now it's upside down. My helper hand is staying put. And now I can work on the other half. Again, starting from the center and working towards the edge. Peeking to see where I have maybe missed some of the lines, using your finger or whatever. And then once you are happy with your design, you can see everything, then you can take off your paper. Please make sure you look before you peel it off. Okay, now that I have my design, you can look at it and you can see the mirror image. The transfer part is what turns our design backwards. The next step is to outline these lines with Sharpie. So you can go over every little pencil mark that you see with Sharpie. The lead will eventually wear off, and we are going to be washing and printing these a couple of times. So you want this to stay where it is intended. The other thing you're going to do is on the back of your linoleum, you want to write your name and your class code. That is just in case you have, if we misplace it or it falls out of your binder, then it's easy for us to get it to the right spot. Once you have this finished, it's outlined, then you're going to go back to this and create your color plan.